Well, good morning, everyone. We're having a little technical difficulty here with OBS. Haven't had it in a while, kind of upsetting, but what are you going to do about it? Boy, it's really, when it does rear its ugly face, it is awful to work with. Um, Trying to get that sponsor back where it belongs, and boy, it's just being hard as you know what. There we go. Get it locked back in. Sorry about the on air having to do things like that. Anyway, folks, welcome aboard. It's New Year's Eve, as you saw on the opening banner. Here in the States, everywhere in the world, we turn the calendar to 2023 tomorrow. Or actually at midnight, tonight, tomorrow, however you want to look at it. And some of you are crossing that threshold right now. And I'm really not sure what's going on with OBS right now. Alrighty, so the good thing is a lot of this doesn't require me to have to worry about it. So let's get on in here to Scottsdale, Arizona, and take a look at the beastie that we're going to fly today. You saw the title, you saw it in the emails, biz jetting this New Year's Eve, or I was gonna put Rockin' New Year's Eve, but it's already been coined, so I don't want to be one of those guys that coin it again. But there she is, folks. We're in X-Plane 12, release candidate 6. So technically, we are still in the beta phases. Boy, that really moved fast. Sorry about that. Um, so expect trouble, not from OBS. That has nothing to do with X-Plane 12. That is its own beast, its own handful of problems. Yeah. This is the plane. We could see some issues here and there. We'll see. The first time we flew it, pretty flawless, except for that loose nut behind the stick, who, well, has never flown the Cessna Citation 10, and we ran into some formatting and stuff like that on my part, not X-Plane's part. So that was all on me where we had some issues. We're going to probably have them again today because this is flight number 2 ever in this aircraft, and especially in X-Plane 12. So November 750 X-Ray Papa sits on the ramp. Give you a nice overview as we kind of pan around. Also, I'm going to tell you, the Scottsdale area of Phoenix, wow. I'm not sure if X-Plane gives it the full justice that's there or not. I didn't get out. I didn't even know this when we were visiting it there right after Thanksgiving, folks. I didn't even know this airport was here. Knew about one on the other side of the city to the west. Didn't know about this one. I saw planes flying around, but we assumed the other airport. So anyway, so I don't know how much, how well it's done scenery wise. If it's X-Plane 12, and from what I've seen, probably pretty close to, if not spot on. But hey, they missed some things. So for today's flight, folks, as we pan around a little bit more here to look at Scottsdale. I mean, if you look at Google Earth and you look at the airport, I mean, there's some differences, but you know what? It's pretty well modeled. Wouldn't you love to have the houses right here? Somehow I don't think they're that small. From my visit, could be wrong. Don't mean to be stereotypical. Doubt they're that small. All right, so let's kind of zoom it in a little bit on this plane. Folks, I have seen this plane a couple times, maybe in the 20-ish years of being associated with Mid-America Airport here in St. Louis. maybe a dozen times. And folks, every time I see it, you can't miss sleek aircraft, big engines. What do you think that equates to? Yeah, speed. Those that like speed, there's your corporate jet. If you got about 50 million or more. So, but anyway, hey, we get it with the airplane, with the X-Plane 12. So we're going to get up in here, see what kind of damage what kind of flight we can have. So hang on a second here, folks. Inside the cockpit here, it's all glass, as you would expect, a $50 million aircraft or better. I can already hear, you got one for 50 million? How'd you get that? You got to see the salesman. But anyway, all right. So I am going to start this off here real simple, if OBS will behave, with Sim Toolkit. We'll talk about our sponsor, folks, of the flight and of the stream. Well, maybe. Where are you, OBS? Hey, maybe it came up that way. Told you there's a loose nut on. Oh. Yeah, this is really a loose nut in the airplane, folks. Wow. Clicked the wrong one. And yeah, there we go. Oh, got the overlay up for you. Boy, we're batting 1,000, aren't we? All right, so with OBS or Sim Toolkit, just a quick plug for it, folks. Not paid for it, but I am giving you a heck of a tip here for nothing. Well, for having to listen to me. It's free. And if you didn't hear that again, get a little closer to your speaker. Free, free, free. You don't find that word much in the flight sim world, folks. You really don't. So when you hear free, you usually, pep up, take a look. What in the world is free in the sim? Sim Toolkit. And it gives you quite a bit. Now, I've, happened upon, I was thinking about bringing Volanta up for this flight, and notice they've improved. I mean, they've only been on less time than Sim Toolkit, and they have improved. They've got their own overlays, just like Sim Toolkit. Both are free, folks. Although I think you have to pay something premium for some stuff now with Volanta. Nothing is paid. You have to pay for so far with Sim Toolkit. So that I'm aware of. Now, folks, that I'm aware of. Okay, I'm putting that caveat out there very strongly. So I don't pay for a thing with Sim Toolkit. They don't sponsor us in any way other than that I put their product up here for you all to get a better view of what we're doing. So we came to this screen for the pre-flight. So let's go right into it. If you click those two clipboards, you get this, folks. In this format, we've also found out that first off, you got to set the flight plan up in SimBrief, also free. Just have to sign up, period, into discussion, and you're getting that. Then you can export or import it into Sim Toolkit, I guess would be the proper term, import. And you get this, a nice layout of your flight. And I can click the loadout. Here's what, even if you do the United one where you have no clue how many people, no clue how much cargo, no idea at least how much payload at least, you have it here. It'll show up here. So, as you can tell, we got 12 peeps daring to fly back there in the back. Well, 10 and 2 up front. Total of 2,700 pounds of, almost 2,800 pounds of payload. We'll see. That's just kind of wild with this plane that it's that low. Anyway, 0 fuel weights here. And your ramp weight once we throw 5,800 pounds of fuel in the belly or in the wings, you'll come up to this number. Now, we plan to fly. Yes, folks, this is a biz jet. Pull your jaws out of the ground. Mach 0.86. Could go to Mach 0.9 if I wanted. Yeah. And the aircraft, let me say this very carefully. I do not want you to think this is real world piloting. But this aircraft could fly faster than the speed of sound. Not allowed to, but could. If you're a real pilot, you do it, you're on your own with your chief pilots. I'm just letting you know that's how much power is behind this plane. So, and it's a very light aircraft, as you can tell, folks. So just throwing that out there. Now in the sim world, I don't care what you do. I'll be totally honest. So, and we're going to be up at 45,000 feet. Now, where are we going to? What is this Kgky? That is Arlington, Texas, just south of DFW. So we're heading that way. We're not going into the monstrosity called DFW. We're going into that little itty bitty airport just to the south. Actually, it's not a real little airport, but still, you get the point. So also here, you can get your airport information. There's your taxiways in case you need them. Airport information, we're going to use runway 3, so we'll take off towards the north. Runway's 8,200 feet. Something tells me we don't need that much. And your heading, your slopes, and all of that good stuff. Same with the arrival. That may be wrong by the time we get there. I thought I filed for 1.6. Somehow got 3.4. Not sure why. We'll check. We'll check into that as we fly. Most citations, folks, are a little bit on the slow side. We're going to get there in about an hour and a half once we're airborne. Yeah, told you it's a little speed demon. It's also got some legs behind it. Yes, go ahead and cue it up in the background there in your house. ZZ Top's legs, because she's got some. So, all right, over here on this side, you'll see there's our cruise again. We're going about 700 miles air distance-wise. There's our winds pushing us even faster because they're at the back. And takeoff time, well, we're a little late. They wanted to spend more time on the golf course, so we're stuck here, folks. What can I say? All right, our 12 peeps will be along here shortly. Here's the breakdown for the fuel. That makes us 5,855 pounds in our tanks. And finally, there is our flight plan. And it's going to be FTHLS6. What a weird name for a SID. Foothills is what I'm thinking it's called. 6 Max XO to the J74 to the J72 to Turkey into Mozzarella. I guess maybe. I don't know if that's in Arlington or not. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to be taking the Mozza one in. And again, not sure about the 3-4 either. But I'm pretty sure they're still on a general easterly direction here down at Sky Harbor. So that puts us in generally that we'll be going northeast. But you get the point. Keep the flow in the same direction as the major airport. And then finally, there's the breakdown, folks. And I'm still real sketchy on this one, but we'll load it up here right after we get rid of good old sim toolkit. So that's one of the neat things with it. The other thing we'll show at the end of the flight, and that being the landing reports. Used to be able to click on that and that'd go away, but now it doesn't. Let's go to the live map real quick. Give you an idea of how, the green on there is VATSIM. The blue, if memory serves, I can find out real quick. Oh well, not going to dig into it too deep because it really doesn't matter. Believe the blue is Sim Toolkit, the green VATSIM. if I remember the color coding in here. So you can see there's quite a bit of sim toolkitters out there, as well as VATSIMers. Also, if you didn't catch it, I sure did. Look at what's coming into San Francisco. Much needed rain for the area. So hopefully that ends up in the coffers of the lakes and reservoirs for the drought-stricken west area. All right, so there you go, folks. Let me pull Sim Toolkit away. Yep, it's going to be that kind of day. All right, so we're going to have fun with this. Hopefully we only end up with one stream today. Yeah, it's not wanting to behave well. All right, we'll get rid of that now. And it's going to be this is not what I call a welcome aboard. Welcome aboard means we're powered up, ready to go. Here, we're not so lucky. We're going to kind of take it slow and easy. We're going to go through the, I don't want that, stand by. Through the aircraft, started up from cold and dark, the best I know how. And then get the FMCs, which are these CDUs right here. Get the radios lined up, these two right here. And then we're going to power fully up. Now, we're going to power up first to be able to do all of that. But I need to do one step. I kept telling myself do it, and guess what? I still forgot. As I like to say, folks, may your 50s be better with your memory. All right, and significant weather-wise today, folks, we got a jet stream, as you figured, pushing us pretty hard, especially once we get out over New Mexico. Not any turbulence until we start getting close to Arlington, so that may be good. We're going to miss all the bad weather stretching from the East Coast down into the Southeast. And weather-wise with the rain, yeah, we're going to miss most of that by a lot. So looks like clear sailing for today weather-wise. All right, now let me put this flight plan somewhere. And I'm only doing it, folks, this way because it's so much easier. Go here. There. Okay. All right, so let's power this pup up. Now, those of you familiar with this plane, and I know there's not a lot because there really isn't a lot out there yet on this. The A330 kind of took the lead on default videos next to Zibo. Then as the Airbuses came along and that rotate aircraft came along, they started those videos up, but not really a lot came out on this Citation 10. I've done one, but by far, folks, don't even use that as a tutorial. Enjoy it, because that's what it was. It was a fun flight to see what it's like, see how fun it is, and all of that. We're going to try to make this more of a tutorial, if not the next one, which won't be far off from this one, which will make one of our moderators very happy. But the question I was aiming at here is, if you use the checklist out of the manual that's in X-Plane 12 for this aircraft. So if you go to your X-Plane 12 folder, go to your aircrafts folder, look for your laminar and the citation. There is a manual in there, user operator manual, something to that effect. And first step it says to do in cold and dark doesn't work for me. It's simply that, because it doesn't make sense. We turn on the auxiliary pump, but there's no power on the plane. So I don't get it. Tell me if they screwed up or what, because basically with that, I should be able to come out here. Actually, it'd be better to do it this way. Zoom it in. Oh, it's working, maybe. Nope, I don't see any of the surfaces moving other than the top half of the rudder. The bottom half isn't because the rest of the hydraulics isn't on. So now I'll bet you if I pop batteries on, which are these two switches here, do the same thing. Look at that. And you can see they work. So I think that's a mistake in the manual. I don't know. I'm not a citation. Folks, I've only seen it, like I said, maybe. And I'm probably way high on how many times I've seen it. A dozen times. So that's my first thing that needs, if anyone's looking at it, take a look at, because that, you gotta have the batteries on for that pump to work. Just me thinking here, folks. All right, so what we're going to do is go ahead and, well, we got a couple of options here. I can kick on the external power, or over here on this side is the APU right here. Those are my options for when I'm on the ground. We don't want to be, oh, you can just be on batteries and shut them off. It's up to you. But if you kick the battery, oh, wait a minute. You know what? Let's load the plane first. That would probably be smart. Weight and balance. All right, so what I do is I take the numbers SimBrief gave me. So 2,800 for payload, total payload weight. I don't try to go through. If you're that kind of person and want to put the crew in, then put the passengers in the front, in the back, and then the baggage, go for it. I do it the easy way, folks. Let it do it for me. Come down to the fuel, 58.55. And it'll load the tanks properly. Hold overtime ground de-icing. Oh, gonna have to look into that one. I haven't seen that. Huh. Interesting. Done. Apply. Get the nice little A330, and then you're back to your plane. All right, so now we're loaded. Well, theoretically, the people aren't here yet, because they'd be very pissed off if I wasn't powered up in the airplane at a comfortable 77 there, Muffy. Or 72, whatever floats their boats. Oh, wait, if they wanted a boat, they wouldn't be on mine. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and run on the APUs. We're going to kick the batteries on. Okay, you can kill these if you want because it's kind of useless. We're going to come over. I'm going to do it this way. I have set up just simple numpad keys to go right to my panels. Master switch on. Up. 1, 2, 3. There she goes, firing up. Hang on. I didn't want to interrupt the airplane. All right. Now, if you'd have stayed in the cockpit, all you're looking for, ready to load, meaning generator on. There goes your generator. Once your generator's on, you can then bleed air valve open. Folks, you're good and ready to go. Oh yeah, there's a test button, folks. You know there's a lot more to do if you do this by the book. All right, so wait a minute. Why don't I see the middle here? Well, I'll tell you why. Avionics, ECAS, on. You know what? Now I need to get to my checklist. Hang on. Oh, I was up looking at something and didn't put myself back into checklists. I do apologize.
Big traffic, American 2339, we'll taxi to 7 left, just Tango and Echo.
Just because they're gonna be annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, so basically, we're now powered up, folks. You can see what you're used to. There's all the nice little bells and whistles lit up. So we're good there. We're powered up and warming, cooling, whatever the case be for the cabin. So when the paying customers come aboard, they don't go, oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. Okay, let me scroll down. All right, now it tells me to go to electrics. Oh wait, I did turn the hydraulics off, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, throttles are at idle. All right, so we're ready to start, folks, believe it or not. Now, I do one thing that is yet to be seen in this checklist. The lights are over here. Yep, there they are. Nav light. The heck's my beacon? Is it this one? Oops. I don't need my beacon on, but I was just curious which one's that. It is that one. Okay. So we'll turn that off for now. All right, we'll just keep the nav lights on for now and the tail flood, even though it's daylight. Seatbelts are off. So we're really in a position to begin programming the FMC. These lovely characters. You do here, reciprocates here, and vice versa. And they're nice enough to let them pull out. First thing we're going to do, verify dates. Today is the 31st. Active date was 29 December. New date for the new database will be January 26th. Folks, you're listening to me, firing up X-Plane, and you haven't updated your nav graph, well, you're going to be working on last cycles or further back data than what's current. That's your call whether you want it to be up to date or not. Okay, we're in X-Plane 12, and that all looks good. The rest of this, oh, the time, that's great, is 1901Z. Okay, we go to the initialization. Now, what I've been watching is this is the one we key on. GPS 1. And we can just click load. So that's all I'm going to do. Click this line select. These are the left, top, down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, same thing. Then down here for performance, navigation. This takes you back pages, forward pages within this option. It only says 1 of 1, so there are no next pages. This will take you to your flight plan page, your progress page, and if you need to go direct, take you there so you can select which fix we go direct to. It's pretty simple, daunting at the same time because it's not like X-Plane 12. Okay. If you look at the 737 or some of the others, it doesn't look anything like this because there's a whole lot of other things to choose from. The same thing I hear, I haven't checked, it may have already happened, is coming to the A330 as well. It's going to look more like a McDo CDU than an FMC CDU. CDU is Control Data Unit. Actually saying McDo CDU is kind of redundant because it's whatever M stands for, and I don't know it, CDU. All right, so we'll click load. Looking for loaded. Perfect. Go to the flight plan page. Now, we have a flight plan. If not, you would start loading it here. We'll just go here. SDL, there it is, right there. And activate. And there's all our fixes, folks. Now the next page works. There aren't a lot. But that's it. Now we can put our departure in. We're going to be departing. Let me just double check with D8 because we're in that. We're close enough. I think we're on one. Well, let me just see what Phoenix is doing. They're doing 7s like I expected. Okay, cool. Helen, you know what? That's in the way. We'll leave it because let me do something here real quick. Still didn't help. All right, that helped. All right, so we're on runway 3. There's that lovely, and again, I think it's foothills. Maxo. Activate. And that puts it right into our flight plan down here. Again, we can check it. All right, hang on a second. Now I'm a little concerned. Okay, we're good. What I was concerned about was the departure and how we're going to, so we're going to turn 333. Here, let me pull it up real quick. Okay, there is our departure, folks. Sorry, folks. So, we are Scottsdale runway 3, so we're going to do a climbing left turn to 335 or assigned by ATC. Okay, basic reasoning behind that is as we take off, probably either doubtful on noise abatement, could be, but we're going to turn and probably loop out this way to Brooks to get more into the flow with them leaving. Because this, I believe, is a departure out of Sky Harbor. All right. So everything looks good. Let's go next. Broke foothills. Okay. Then we're looking for Juniper, Jeshua, and we're going to Maxo. So let's go to the next page. Boom. And then we're on course. CNX, TXO, Turkey. Which will then bring us in on the arrival. We're going to hold on that arrival for now. I'll put it in flight. it's going to be the arrival, but I want to make sure we get the right approach and all of that good stuff set up, which I'm a little not sure yet. I'm pretty sure they're landing south, but folks, I've seen some weird things at the airport I work at. So guess what? I assume they happen everywhere. Matter of fact, I'm just going to look right now. Pretty sure nothing there. DFW, which is right to the north. They are coming in south as expected, south and towards the southwest. So that's what I expect. Now, I should get the same down there, especially. I think we're like 10 miles to 20 miles at the most away. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be pretty close to that. But again, pretty sure, pretty close to that. You know what? I'm going to err on the side of caution. And for those curious, I am on VATSIM right now. All right, so again, if I click flight plan, you see how it brings us right back to here. Now, to get all my data in here, we got to go to perf int. And there's 5 pages here to make sure are right. Full perf, okay. These look good. All right, our initial cruise, 45,000. So I'm going to try it, FL 450. Okay. That is not correct. Let's see, when did I get my wind data? All right, let me try. I'm going to use the chart over here, 1840. We'll stick with it, folks. I'm not going to change anything. And then the next one we do need, and we can just double click it. Confirm. Okay. Looks good. Next. Okay. Oh, I forgot where the takeoff data is. Oh, there it is. All right, so we look here. Next. Next. Oh. We'll do flaps 5. There's our V speeds, folks. Remember I couldn't find these last time? I had no idea. That was right in front of my face. Ref is 190. Oh, that's because we're loaded. I hope. Oh, V in engine out. Okay, engine NR. Okay, and then we can check our climb. Back to flight plan. All right, folks, so we have our V speeds, 126 for V1, rotate 126, 138, and they are loaded in here, by the way, folks. Pull that up. V1, 126. Right on rotate, V2. So we're, right now, we're programmed. I'll do it this way because it'll probably be easier this way. All right. So we got our frequencies ready, except for the transponder. All right, folks, I will be right back. Okay, folks, sorry about that. Had to get our laundry done real quick. It just buzzed. So anyway, we're getting our radios set to go. And I forgot how we... There it goes. All right, so we got that. It just, again, trying to learn the plane again. It's always fun. All right, so we got the radios set for the most part. We don't have the nav. We can go ahead and tune them in, I guess. Phoenix is 15.6. Okay, and we'll leave it at that. Hang on, folks. All right, folks, just chatting with the wife there. She's out doing things. Want to make sure everything's okay. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and put this away. And here comes the passengers on board. So we'll be ready to blast off here shortly. And while we wait, let's check. I'm checking ATC looks good. Dallas Love Field ground is up at the moment. Nothing here in the area that I can tell. All right, they're aboard. Okay, why didn't you go where I want you? Here you get an idea of what the cockpit looks like in the plane. Kind of work our way to the back. Well, there's a body back there. Austin came aboard. What is Austin doing on my plane? Without telling the captain. I tell you, I did not. You know, I don't remember that from the last flight. That's pretty cool. It's a shame we can't get all the seats filled. What I'm going to show you is one way to close the door right here. And the other is you can set a one to open, one to close short key on your throttles or yokes, whatever you have. But yeah, there you go, folks. You're looking at what? $30 to $70 million can buy you. Actually, I don't think they make these anymore. So, and I'm not really sure what happened. Either they just didn't do well or what. But I'm not a... Don't quote me, but I thought I read somewhere these may not be purchased, or you can get them used, but you can't buy one brand new. Don't quote me on it. But if you have $30 to $50 million, call Cessna. I'm sure they'll figure something out for you. And Cessna, I would like that to be a plug, so if that does happen, you know, talk to your friend here, Captain Mike. All right, so let's fire this pup up, shall we? It's actually a pretty simple plane to fire up, folks. Those of you in the Airbus world know what I mean about simple fire up. From once you have the APU on, it's simple. Lift the fuel, go to norm, lift the fuel. You don't even have to go to norm here, folks. We're going to start up the right hand first. These are your starters. There they go. And then all you got to do, pull the throttle. Pull the throttle. He says cautiously, pull the throttle. Got to pull them both up on mine. And there we go. Individually, folks, is the idea. Now, corporate jets. Those of you now in the Airbus Boeing world, this is where you probably know from your time in building to fly, because a lot of you would have been in the corporate world. A lot of corporate jets work with this thing called the detent. I learned about this in the fire world in the shutdown process of a Learjet. Back, detent, close. Fighters, same thing. Back, detent, close. Airbus, just bring them back. Boeing, just bring them back to the stops. You ain't going detent. And then you know, the engines are throttled down, pull the bottles. Here, this actuator right here is called the detent. You lift up, then you can take it back to cut off, as you see. Why I can't reach it this way, I do not know. Just trying to see when, because now I can't do that one. But anyway, these are the detents. And you just lift them up to get them over the detent. All right, let's make sure, since I didn't really pay attention, we're looking good. Coming online with the left-hand side. Starter's closed. Like I said, folks, one switch, boom, we're ready to go. Pretty cool, huh? Welcome to corporate world. Keep it simple. They use the KISS method in just about everything. Keep it simple. Stupid. All right, so we're spooled up. Now that means the generators need to come on. Left, right next to your battery switches. Okay, so it goes generator, battery, battery, generator, external power if you want to go that route, avionics, ECAS. They're all on, externals obviously off. These would be if you go with the needed to go a different way. All right, so let's get the APUs spooling down. First thing we do, kill the bleed. Okay. Kill the gens. Thinking I may need to come out of here so I know I'm on the... Okay, and we just let the APU do its thing. It's spooling down. Then we can shut the power off to it. Okay, we're almost ready to taxi out. All right, so we want to make sure our fuel, we're going to get back down here. Left center wing, right center wing are set to normal. That would be this one and this one. All the way down. Off is up, middle is on, down is normal. Okay, almost ready to taxi, folks. Seatbelt signs. Probably should have been on before the engine start. Any skids on? Torpedoes are on. They're normal. Okay. Flaps right here. Oop. Make sure that didn't move. Shouldn't have. It didn't. Okay. Got slats. Then flaps. 2 clicks. Now your big bold here is slats. Your flaps are showing over here. Now when they're orange, they're in transit. Now we're going to set the trim to in the green. Oh, I think I know why Austin's on board in the back. He's evaluating me. Oh boy. All right, and that, folks, has us ready to go. Now, all I'm going to do is put this one on progress. Always like to look at what can and cannot work, especially when it comes to circuit breakers. There are some out there, folks, where you can pull circuit breakers, causing problems. Thank God they're not doing it on the default. All right, we are ready to taxi, folks. So let me get back on Unicom. And we're going to be basically, as I see this, let me, okay.
Phoenix traffic reliable, 412, taxi runway 7 left via Delta 11 Echo for Phoenix.
All right, so we'll use the ramp to Alpha 5 and then down Alpha to Alpha 1. No, we're not going to announce, folks. Sorry. The world does not need to know I have to go. Okay. Brakes off. We're on the move. Folks, welcome into Flying with Mike. Hope you all are enjoying this as we get ready to take flight in the Citation 10. As I kind of alluded to earlier, not a lot of videos of this plane out there, so I hope you enjoy it. Now would be a good time, folks, if you take a break, because it's going to take just a little bit to get to the end of the runway. We'll meet up there in about a minute or two, and continue on from there. Now, this flight is sponsored by HelloFresh. I'm going to just do a quick plug for our sponsor here. We'll get more in depth in flight. But, folks, you use that promo code at HelloFresh.com. You get 21 free meals and free shipping. So, folks, in the wintertime, especially folks not doing so well up in the Northeast right now with all that snow trying to melt away now. Be a good idea. Free meals delivered, you know, with great recipes and all. So click up, you know, go to HelloFresh.com, use that promo code, and enjoy 12 free meals. And I know y'all going, what's the promo code? Well, it looks like this. All right, we're going to do our before takeoff checks now, folks. So basically, transponder is transponding. Sorry, couldn't resist. It is in mode C. Parking brakes off. Yeah, we're way past that on this checklist. Flap, it's 5 degrees, showing 5 here, slats out, and 5 on the console, right below the left throttle, or right throttle, you know, military left. All right, altimeter, that we have not set. We'll set down here once I get the brakes set up. We're going to use it all, folks. 8,200 feet, I think, is what we have. We're about 1,000 to 1,500 feet above sea level, so yeah, I'll use it all. Even though this little speed demon will be off pretty quick. Again, 126 and 126 for rotate, so. All right, we'll hold here. I'm going to do a reverse thrust check. Cool. Didn't think that was hooked up. Let's do a quick spoiler check. There they are. Okay, altimeter here is 30-06.
Phoenix traffic reliable 412, lining up, departing runway 7 left, final departure to the southeast, Phoenix traffic.
Okay, 30-06. Had a feeling. Heading bug. That would be good. What was our initial departure heading? 335. Okay. Now, little sucky thing about corporates is this. All the movements are done down here. Okay. So you're heading, but you should be able to push them and they'll center up. So, but it's still sucky that it's down there. And that, you know, that unfortunately is corporate jets, folks. They haven't learned how to put that stuff up here nicely in the glass. Brakes off. We're about ready for takeoff. What's our final checks? Okay, we're raring and ready to go. Okay. Phoenix area traffic, November 750, X-ray Papa departing Scottsdale, runway 3. Curious if I have lights turning off on that. All right, now like I've said in the beginning here, folks, we'll look at it again from the outside sitting on the runway. The good thing is most people coming to Phoenix go to Sky Harbor. Rarely are we going to find anyone into Scottsdale. So I can sit on the runway for a little bit. Even at Mesa, I could get away with that. Sky Harbor, maybe not. Okay, brakes set up. All right, before we kick the lights on, you want to try to have this plane set up pretty much ready to go. Nice light frame there, you see big engines on the back. What do you think this thing's capable of? Yeah, it's going to motor scooter down the runway and motor scooter through the air. So much you could conceivably at cruise go faster than the speed of sound. Not supposed to, as I've said, real world pilots heed that because you can get fired if you do. Sim pilots, I don't care what you do. But this plane is very fast. We're going to again cruise 0.85 to 86. Tell me you've heard that in many of the corporate jets. Not really. All right, so lights on. Let's see what this looks like up front. cool. Nav. BNav on.
Yes, traffic reliable, 412's passing 6,400, final departure to the southeast, final call Phoenix.
Oh, way too much radio traffic for me, folks. Keep it short, keep it simple, that's how it was meant. Alright, so here we go, folks. We're lined up and raring and ready to go. Everything's set, active plan, that's set. Here we go. Get them to stable. Brakes off, punch it. Speed's alive. There's 80. I see V1 already on the horizon. V1, up we go. Easer on up to 15 degrees. Let's bring the gear up. And let's go ahead and make our bank. You know, one thing I did not look at, folks, no top altitude, okay. Hang on, I'm gonna blow that out. Let's start pushing them. Okay, flaps are coming up. And like I briefed, I'm going to go ahead and roll us nice and easy around. And I'd like to get on the autopilot here, so I'm going to get us on a heading 210. Let me resume figuring out the autopilot again. Okay, I'm going to go to 1120. So again, you see what I mean, how this is a real really wants that altitude. I got to get that up. Okay, we're slowly getting her on course. Again, folks, this is flight number 2 in this plane. Forgot to do one thing. Okay, why doesn't VNAV want to climb? Ran into this last time. Much like the Airbus, folks, you have notches these throttles go to. Toga, climb, cruise. So, looks like we're on course now. Headed for Brook. The only thing, and folks, if you know this out there, I would love to learn. Does this aircraft tell you what position your throttles are in? What I'm saying is when I put it in climb, toga, cruise, is there something on this ECAS I can click to tell me that? Because I sure am not seeing it. Okay, I guess it doesn't need the ice on. Thinking that's what I need to do for that. Okay, we just reached Brook and we're on course. Big thing I'm watching for is that we hit our altitude right. Says select, we'll see. My VNav is not working, is beyond me. All right, we forgot standard. All right, we're on our way, folks. And you know what I forgot to do, and I apologize. There we go. No idea, huh, Bliss? Ah. All right, well, welcome aboard. Hope y'all are enjoying. I know I sure did. A little rocky on the climb out. I expected that full-heartedly. But we're getting up here into cruise. And you just see what we have ahead of us. What do we have waiting for us? All right, for those in the air, or hey, you know, if you are in the air, I would love to hear from you. One of my well, reasons for streaming is to help promote flight simming. I mean, don't get me wrong, folks. If you're actually out there, and you know, this is taking you to levels to get your private pilots. Oh, I would really love to hear from you. But but yeah, if you're out there flying, love to hear where you're flying to and from. Subnautica, okay. Uh, oh, nice. Yeah, the Tolus aircraft are really good there, Bliss. Really, really good. And oh, whatever I did's canceled out the ECAM because I don't see the altitude flag. Or it's saying we're all dead. One of the two. Um, so we'll get all of this squared out. That actually is not in the checklist that X-Plane provides. Yeah, it was on sale, folks. So it is very close to turn those off, turn those off. Let's get terrain on. No, we're going to keep traffic. All right. And you're right, it is rare, but it's nice to see. Hope y'all get a chance to jump in. Let's get outside. Turn this thing down a little more. But yeah, and the fact it comes with really good. I mean, I know everyone likes those little phenoms and CL60s and all. I like this plane. Right up there with the Gulfstream. 2, 3, wait a minute, 2 or 3? Because I can't remember when the props, which one the props came under. But those are my favorites. If I've got this kind of money, folks, I don't want to stoop to get in my plane. I want to walk like I do in an airliner. So that's why the Learjet, while nice and sexy looking, how, you know, sleek it is, you gotta stoop, folks. I've been in that plane more often than you'd like. I don't like that. If I'm paying that price tag, I ain't gonna stoop. And I'm sorry for the poor English. I'm very serious. So, very nice, but the problem is this plane you can't buy brand new, but you can buy them used. Send them to places to get them made out however you want inside. All right, so all right, let me show you what I mean here. Let me pull this one out. See how our heading is way off over here? This will stay with whatever our routing is, but if I push, see how it just centered? Same thing would happen with these. I can do the same thing over on the other one. Although, again, it's already centered. And that's how I want to get across the country. All right, I'm going to switch over the weather we're getting now so we can start seeing what Arlington, Texas is going to be like as I keep an eyeball on this course. Oh, now that's cool. Oh, I wonder, I didn't get to that part yet in the videos. Sorry, folks. We're going to just fly it by the seat of our pants. No. That's pretty much how we flew it anyway, so. Just kind of seeing what we got here. I know there should be a way to pull winds up. Unless that's what this is. This is our winds. Tail, cross. So we are doing a little bit of a crab here. We're through 41,000, folks. For a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh. We're going to 45, folks. A lot of corporate jets these days love flying up there because you're above all the congestion below you. And get your customer from point A to point B a little faster without traffic in the way. All right, now how do I set nav to? Ah, over here. Got it. All right, so what do I want for nav 2? Let's set Corona 155. After that, we'll look for 112. Worry about that later. All right. Little look from the first officer's spot. And I am still, by the way, folks, looking for a really good checklist flows for the Citation 10. Got a couple videos out there helping me with the FMCs. That's great. A lot to learn from these things. But I'm still trying to learn how the flow works. So hopefully one comes on the scene here quick. All right, let's see how she levels off. Okay, we're on to Jeshua. Then Maxo. And then we start working the course here. I'm going to look at that real quick because I was curious. Yeah, we do have them. Okay, cool. Then we'll be going to CNX. Tuxo, which is right by those of you in the Air Force, Special Ops, Cannon Air Force Base. Over to Turkey, which starts us down the Matsa arrival for Arlington. Gotta love some of these. They're just so much fun. All right, I want to just take a look at switches here. Now, how do you tilt? I guess down here. Yep, which doesn't work. Okay, I'll buy it. Okay, there's their like when you're doing your flight plan checks, folks, there's your plan mode. TCAS. And then superimpose on here. There we go. All right, so we have traffic up there. We could put terrain radar on here. You know what? That's what I think I'll do. Back up, MFD, go terrain. Okay, that didn't do anything. Go back to traffic. So we're following someone 9,000 feet below us. We're trying to maintain 0.85, as you can see, at 235-ish indicated speed. Just getting some info off of here. A lot of stuff here. Oh, these are different. Okay, yeah, these would work if someone mods it. Okay, and hers, reverse, AK, I don't know. All right, a lot of neat stuff there to learn. But some work, some doesn't. But hey, we're cruising along here. Let me come down here. Keep it right in that notch. All right, we're on our way, folks. Do some quick check items here for our guests aboard. Landing, oh my gosh, landing lights could have came off long ago. Flaps up. Okay. Trying to find out if this sync is worth using. Would think turbine. Go with that one. I clicked them back. Yeah, they're in the way. We'll bring them up, folks, just before landing because it does help. All right, so we're cruising along. And the Hawker 125 flyby. He likes that one. I prefer this one. Shows off the plane a little better. Yeah, Speed Demon. And folks, when you flight plan this and you fly it, be ready. You're going to get to your destination faster than you ever thought. Basically, think of it this way. You take off in a 747-400. Generally, you're setting about 0.84 to 0.86 on a cruise. You're going to cruise there at a pretty good speed, albeit. So that gives you an idea. Now, I can bump this up to 0.86, 0.87, 0.88. And I just don't have any performance tables or what that looks like for setting it up for a flight to get my fuel right. But 0.86, folks, is pretty doggone good. And at 45,000 feet, well, let's take a look. We are scooting along. TAS is 513, ground speed almost 600 knots. Albeit, caveat out there, winds at our back. So, caveat there. Okay, so we are lining up now for... Oh, I forgot what we set it nav to. 15.5. Okay, so that should be... Okay, we're just out of range right now. We'll be in range here shortly of it. Still got a lot to learn on it to fly it by hand, but I'm going to start looking ahead to what we have waiting for us in Dallas. And just to let you know, we are trailing a United flight out of Sky Harbor for Atlanta in a 777. And like I said, they're like 9,000 feet below us, although we should be banking away from them. Again, watch this and you'll see it center. And I do that, folks, routinely just to make sure if I lose the autopilot, I have a heading to get on. Passing south of Albuquerque. Still looking at Love Field and DFW online on the ground only. We'll see how things transpire as we draw closer to Clovis. Oh, those Air Force guys know, hey, that's my old Air Force base. Exactly. Cannon. Home to some pretty cool aircraft, folks, called the Osprey. Vertical. It's a helicopter plane. Vertical lift. The wings rotate. Tilt rotor is the word I was looking for. and they can be straight up and down to lift up vertically. And as they get airborne, they roll the props forward, and the helicopter now becomes a plane. A plane that, anyway, you get the point. Anyway, that's one of the bases for them. All right, as I said, folks, now we're in cruise. Let me talk a little bit, if you don't mind, about our sponsor, HelloFresh. Folks, if you click on the icon, click on the link I'm about to share with you, or just go to HelloFresh.com. Hang on a second. I can't usually speak and type at the same time. Otherwise, it looks really awkward. But folks, you go here, use the promo code that you see on the screen, and you'll, like it says, 21 free meals, plus free shipping. And folks, this time of the year, let's really be honest. We're all in that mood for losing weight. We're all in that let's get healthy. What did I do wrong? Well, I did something wrong. Oh well. So, I'm sorry, I got distracted because I thought I had things set up for myself to do this easier. But they are our first sponsor, and that I've agreed to, and we're giving it a try for the next few weeks. But looking over this, folks, it's real simple. Click the link there in the chat room. Go up there, make your selections. First off, of course, become new members. Again, get 21 free meals and free shipping. So if your New Year's resolution, which you're setting tonight for the next 360 some days, 65 days, if your goal is to eat well, and you'll get, hang on a second here, these talking points sometimes throw me here. Okay, sorry. If you're looking for the your New Year's resolution to eat better, lose weight, I can't guarantee the losing weight, folks, because you may find the food here better than what you find in the grocery store, only because you're not getting off the chair to go to the grocery store. But still, coming to you, you don't spend the extra money on food. It comes to you after you've ordered it there. You don't get that impulse buying. Oh, look, there's that Hershey bar, that Snicker bar, or that bag of chips, or whatever it is. Here, you make your order. A few days later, it arrives with recipes and everything for you to cook your meals up from that box of food, or boxes. Most take less than 15 minutes to make. So if you're one of those that's a mover and a shaker, gotta be here, gotta be there, bada bing, bada boom, oh man, you're in luck. HelloFresh's recipes are quick, easy, they're robust in flavor and portioning for you. And like I said, folks, you can enjoy them roughly 15 minutes from the time you start. So, folks, head on over to my friends there at HelloFresh.com. Put in that code. If you're new to the system there at HelloFresh, guess what? You get that 21 meal deal plus the free shipping. And, look to hopefully save up to as much as 25% than takeout. So, my gosh, I listened to it yesterday at work. Somebody orders McDonald's and has Uber Eats delivered. Folks, that's almost tripling the price of what's on the menu. Now, if you're in the mood for giving away that kind of money, hey, hit up Hello Mike, or hit up me, Captain Mike here, Flying with Mike. I'd love that. I mean, geez. That's just throwing money away. Here, The food comes to your door just like it did with Uber Eats and Grubhub from your local fast food or whatever restaurant, but it's healthy. It's fresh, and it takes less than 15 minutes to cook. Recipes like falafel power bowls, sorry. Seared steak with potatoes and béarnaise sauce. Okay, that one sounds good, folks. Sorry, it's New Year's steak. Sounds real good for me. Southwest pork and beans burritos for those out there. Hey, we're leaving the Southwest. Again, hit them up, folks. HelloFresh.com. Hit the promo code, enjoy the food. Again, if you're new to the system, 21 free meals and free shipping. Really, really a great deal, folks. But let's get back into this. Oh my goodness, look who's in the house. It's Hawker 125, a moderator, busy mover and shaker person, as I was talking about. Welcome aboard. See, I'm a mover and a shaker too, but I'm a different kind. I'm the kind that when I move, the ground shakes. But anyway, you have been lurking. Shame on you. No. Folks, if you're lurking, great. Welcome aboard. I figured I'd have you in trail in formation there, Hawker. By the way, was it a busy night for you? We know. We know from the firehouse there at the airport. Well, let me rephrase that. Mel knew. I slept through it. We had an incident that happened on the interstate close to the airport, folks, that actually, as you go by our airport, and our station captain was up finishing up paperwork when he heard it. So anyway, nothing major to report. Just lit up the sky. All right, so we got, whoa, winds all of a sudden started to become pretty gusty at Arlington, 212. So we're still looking at a southerly arrival. All right, so with that said, let me get up here. Let's get to the FMC. I am going to plug it in, whether they like it or not, because what happened here? Oh, I clicked next and didn't realize. I'm like, what happened? I need to go to the arrival page. Huh. There we go. Let's pick our runway on 6. Matza. Alright, so we come down to Matza. Now I'm going to select our runway. No. Alright, hang on a second, folks. 6. Ruh-roh. Oh, there we go. Are you serious? I don't have any arrivals? Huh. Let's find out here. This may be a blessing in disguise here. Approach. Yeah, 3-4 is it. Oh, this is going to be a visual. Yay! All right. I guess we don't get an approach because of the proximity of Dallas-Fort Worth, I'll bet. All right, so this ought to be real fun. All right, so let me take a look here. 140, where is my airport? Okay, so we're close to Grand Prairie. We'll vector over and look for the airport as we slow up. That's about all we got, folks. Matza 1 coming in on the... Gonna do TXO? I think so. Yeah. Then we'll go to Turkey, Jana, Santo, Eves, back up. Okay, how do you clear? Oh, there it is. Where's the clear button? Used to them over here, not here. How do I do this? Clear. Okay. Okay, so VREF will be 120, VAP 125. All right. All right, so there you go, folks. We're set up here, and I know we didn't get a good chance to kind of pause and digest it. Kind of learned like I did. Seat of our pants. 57 minutes out. I don't get a top of descent here. All right. No, it's not a bad plane. No. We, like I said, enjoyed it the last time we flew it. We're still a lot to learn. A lot of stuff doesn't work on it, folks. Well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of stuff does. I mean, some of the stuff, you know, would be nice to have, but... Oh, the CRJ. No. You can have it. I'm going to stick with my Citation. So, my bad. Missed that there, Hawker. That is just bizarre. I don't get a approach. Well, you're missing a good regional run from Phoenix to DFW. All right, let me hit the heading button here real quick. All right, we are... All right, so with this plane, VATSIM at 8,000. Let me take a go. All right, so from, let's see. It's not going to take us much to get down to it. To KJ. We are heavily in flyover country, folks. By the way, did you notice we're already out of the mountains? And since I haven't said it in quite a while, folks, Happy New Year. Welcome in, and hope you all have a great new year. You know, one thing interesting on this flight was the verse of the day. I don't even think I've... Oh, yes, I do have it right. I noticed I didn't initially. Isaiah was a prophet that from Israel, and he's also known as the Messiah prophet, meaning he prophesied more than most of the prophets of Israel about the Messiah. But this one that came out, Isaiah 43 through 18 and 19, let me say that again. Isaiah 43, verses 18 and 19. I think are pretty good when you think about a new year coming, a new chapter in your life, you're now in verse or chapter, whatever year you are on this one. Possibly a new season. The ending of one season, the start of another. The new year offers that quite a bit to people. And if you look at this verse, thus says the Lord, behold. I'm sorry, remember, I was reading it from my Bible. Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Basically, like I said, new start, folks. Don't hold on to the old. Be open to the new. No matter what it and how it comes. Because change happens, folks. Every year it changes. Every season it changes. Be it physically outside meteorologically or in your life. You're always in a different season. So hold on to that one. That's a good verse to, when things seem to just be spun in ways you can't understand, well, understand one thing. It's not necessarily meant for you to understand. The Lord knows where it's going. The Lord is making a way for it to go in the wilderness and using rivers in the desert. That's kind of a funny one. We took off from the desert. So, leave the past, leave 2022 behind, enter 2023. Open mind, open heart. And 2023 will go on, folks. Will be a bright and shining year, hopefully, for all of you. Yeah, I know it's a lot to say the day before the year starts, but let loose the old, bring on the new. So, great verse we had out there, folks. Isaiah, man, he's a great prophet. A lot of insights, a lot of prophecy that's come true. So, great wisdom in those words. I'll tell you, one thing that's happening is a blessing. Real world here in the middle of the country for once is actually calm today, it looks like. Now granted, get to the Rockies west, Appalachia east, ooh, a little rough. Middle of the country is actually somewhat tranquil. Okay, we're coming up to TXO, entering the Matza arrival. And to those of you out there lurking about, thank you for supporting the stream in that way. We sure appreciate you. If you like what you hear, folks, I'd love you to smash that follow button. Folks, if you're catching this on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. Love for you to come aboard. All right, we have entered, kind of in my mind, trying to figure out when this descent's going to start. Okay, 37. Well, let me see. We need from 45,000 to 24. Numbers I'm not used to using, folks. 20. Go 63. We'll call it 70 miles. So between Turkey and Jenga, we're going to initiate our descent. Bowie. Right, let's go ahead and dial that in. All right, Bowie is 1715. All right, I'm just, one thing I've noticed. Oh, here they are. What? Used to seeing the VORs we've tuned in. They're not showing up. Don't know if that's real world or not. Okay, I think I've got everything here. Still doing pretty good, folks. 500 knots. We're doing 0.9 right now, by the way, for speed. Keep an eyeball on that. All right, so we are going to be entering, just do this. We will start getting into it at KJ at 24,000. So we got a little ways to go. We got to get past Turkey. Need to get to about 130 miles where we meet up. And then we'll start our descent. Hopefully we'll make 24,000. Should. Clouds are looking a lot better in the latest release candidate 6. We're still in the beta versions, folks, but looking a lot better. Big thing I warned people about is the icing in here. I know there was somebody just did a video on the icing. It was pretty rough at the slop last week. I crashed twice in the ice. But yeah, I would sure love to know how you figure out if you're in toga, climb, cruise. Because the Airbus, it's a piece of cake, tells you on the MFD. MFD is this one. Tells you your heading here on your HSI. You should be able to make that like this, but we'll take it full. That's fine. Then you have your nav display here. Sure, it calls it something else. Okay, primary flight display, multi-flight display, ECAS. Like I said, I'm sure it calls it something different than I do. Which is fine. I never got to a cockpit that looked like this in my real world flying days. They just never glassed them up like this in a Cessna or a Piper or a Beechcraft. All right, so how far is he? Turkey is, see, I'm not even seeing how far off my VORs we are, and that's kind of annoying to me. Okay, because Turkey means we're about 40 miles, I think it's saying, to Ganja. We're looking, see, I need... hang on, let me see if there's some on here, DFD. Nope. Where is my DMEs? Let me check my handy dandy radios down below. Maybe that's where they're hiding. Nope. Maybe I don't get it while I'm in FMS. Okay, well, we'll continue and hope for the best here. All right, we're coming up on Ganga right now. Let me, yeah. So I am going to go ahead and get ready for our descent. Just look up here, see what we're going to be doing. Okay. Oh, okay, the A's tell me that, okay. And our little speedy demon, folks, is approaching the turn and our top of descent. One last look back into the cabin. Unfortunately, folks, it's not Carenado high quality where you get all of these moving and shades and all of that. But that's not bad, folks. Not bad at all. Well, Austin approach is up. Way south of us. Okay. All right, let's get some descent thinking going on here. All right, let me set us an altitude. 24,000. See if I can get it this way. Okay, got a good descent set up. Again, we got to make, what was it? KJ, 24,000 pitch. Right here. Just below the arc at 80 miles. Back that down. So it's right up here. Also again, back here. Bump, bump, bump. Okay, we'll set the altimeter at transition level, get the landing lights at 10,000. Bring this thing on in. Get around 25,000. The passengers get to seatbelt themselves in. That top of descent right there. Wow. Only because I couldn't get that restriction in. I'll have to learn. All right, and as I said, this will be a visual approach right now. Currently, no ATC up in the Dallas area, which I'm perfectly fine with. Okay, so this will be fun interacting on Unicom with DFW. After KJ, our next altitude is Plaza at 8,000. So we'll see how things go. And then we'll, let's let's see, airport elevation 628, so we'll plan 2,000 feet next, and then line up for the runway off of it. I can't believe there's not even an RNAV to that run. Wow. It's got to be all has to do with DFW, I'm sure. All right, KJ is 32 miles out. We're at 30. It's going to be close. All right, so I hope you all had a great Christmas. Hope you're having and looking forward to a great night tonight. All I ask for, hey, be safe. We want to see you next year, folks, which just happens to be tomorrow. So stay safe tonight out there. Have fun. Enjoy the celebration of the ending of 2022, the start of 2023. Knows what lies ahead of us this year. Some sad news today to report. The Pope, Benedict, not the current Pope, the one that retired prior to this one, has died. So that's opened up a whole litany of conversation again. Even though it's not the current Pope, how will this transpire with future popes? He's the first one to ever retire, to step down, not in any kind of, you know, violation of any protocols or anything within the Catholic Church. He just chose to step down, and that was unheard of prior to him. So that opened up the whole litany of conversation going on about that with future popes. But also, for those who watched news and all back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, into the 90s and 2000s, Barbara Walters, the first female anchor to a network news, has passed away. I think they said 99 or 98, something like that she was. Man, the people she met, just about every big name person out there in the entertainment and political scheme, that woman talked to. And condolences go out to both families of Benedict and to those with Pope Benedict and the families with Barbara Walters. So, kind of a rough end to the year a little bit in the entertainment. I don't know if in the we'll call it entertainment side. I mean, Pope wasn't entertainment, but yeah, some big names we lost right there at the end of the year. We still got time to go in our area. I know some of you, it's already passed. Happy New Year. To us here in the Midwest, we still got a good 9 hours to go till that magical hour where 2023 starts. And may I be the first to say, may it be a very, very blessed year for you, and that it's better than 2022. Okay, we are coming up on KJ right now. I think we're about 1,000 high, so I am going to go ahead. I'm going to set for 8,000. so there we go, folks. Let me just see if I'm missing anything. She was 93, thanks. In 600 years. I don't, he's the first ever Pope to ever step down. The rest stepped down due to death. Albeit in many ways. But I'm not Catholic, folks, so I don't really follow that side. But interesting talk to come from this this whole passing. Yep, 95 years. So I didn't know well, they've never had a pope resign before their Hawker, so that's where the problem comes in. It's been that way for the whole time. Now they got to really figure it out, because now what's going to happen with Francis, I think, Pope have now. So yeah. AP News, oh boy. Apple News, oh my goodness. I know what AP is. Just kidding, folks. Couldn't resist. Let's take a look outside. We're about to transition, so. You know, one flight that I think I'm going to try and set up here soon with the Citation. Chase the sunrise or chase the sunset. Take off from like Teterboro or somewhere out east and chase, or out west, whichever way respect. No, it would have to be out east, and chase it and see how well it does in getting there before sunset or sunrise. A couple of aircraft folks have those records emboldened on them. The B-58 Hustler, and I believe the Concorde might have done it. I can't remember reading it, but I do know for a fact the Hustler did it. Military bomber, B-58 Hustler. Took off from JFK, sunset, landed LAX, sunset. Mach 2. All right, we are 18,000, so let's click standard, go up here, get the 2978. What is it with such low barometers out here? $2978. Be gone. All right, so here we go, folks. Gonna just kind of keep her in check here. Matter of fact, might even nose up a little. It's coming up. VATSIM. No, we'll keep her just right where she's at. Now hold on here, something is not looking right. Oh, it is looking, okay, sorry. Somewhere I looked at it wrong. We're supposed to go to 140 off of Matza. And I was getting turned around. Thought it was going to be to our right. But it's fact, pull up Ranger. $15.7. Anything nearby? No. All right. We don't have any instrument approaches here, folks, for this direction. Fun times, Richmond High. Huh, a UFO. How about that, folks? See it about right here. Wonder what we got ahead of us. Anything on TCAS? Nope. Last look here in the Dallas area. Get things to update here because probably a plane, but still I'm not showing it up on my TCAS in that close. All right. 10,000 feet. Guess what comes on, folks? The lights. Yeah, it should show on my map, but it's not. Okay. Little bit of speed brake. All right, that's the call for 8,000. Don't see anything right in this area. Like I said, interesting. Oh, and now we got clouds. Oh, no. We get some power in here so we don't stall. Get the spoilers down. And I'm going to switch over to heading and nav. Okay, let's get up there a little bit on power here, guys. All right, I'm going to do something here, get my VORs up. Is it views I want to head to? Yes. Okay, we're going to start a descent now to 2,000 feet. Actually, we'll bring her down 35. Let's go 4,000 for now. Okay, where'd all these clouds come from? Tar says clear. Ha! Close. Hey, let's take a look at them though. Not bad. All right, let's go direct fuse. Go ahead and put airports up here now. Okay. Okay, now let's not. That's pretty hard. 120. Okay, temperatures are looking good. So I'm not worried about ice. He says that, then he falls out of the sky. Yeah, where did these clouds come from? It's got to be a prior METAR, folks. Okay, we calculated 120, 125. So 120's VREF, 125's approach. And gonna level off, see what we can see. Still can't see it. Okay. I'm gonna pull out my sectional. Okay, we're gonna pass that lake, I see. Okay, let's go ahead, bring her down to 3,000. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm headed for here. Yeah, that's going to almost be where I'll be able to turn 160. That's set up real quick. Okay, so I'm coming. Oh man, DFW ought to be right over there. Is that my airport right here? Okay. think I went quick, folks. I think I'm looking at, I'm not sure which one I'm looking at. That's 2 runways. Come on. Okay, well, we're going to have to fly the line, folks, because I'm not seeing it. Like the map says I probably should. Okay, according to this, I should be headed right for it. All right. Okay, flaps full. Up. Got the airport. Arlington traffic citation November 750 X-ray Papa final 16. Who put that cloud in the way? Hawker, did you do that? .220 is not kidding, folks. This is a pretty good crosswind coming in here. Let's get this girl slowed to 125. I'll bring her down to about 140 to be safe.
400.
Put all these trees right at the end of the runway.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
'Hate when that happens, folks. Arlington traffic, Cessna 750 X-ray Papa's clear, 16 to the ramp. Uh, 50 to 1 issue? What's that? I probably missed it up there. Wow, look at all those hangars and the way they look. Interesting. All right, we need to turn the terrain radar off over here. Okay. Don't think I had anything on. We'll get those off for now. All right. I prefer to do it this way. APU. Okay. Yeah, they should have had that on earlier. And all right, folks, we're just taxiing down. I am looking in that opening for something that might look like a terminal by Delta. So we got to get up to that taxiway there. All right, folks, so we'll take a look here. Let's see here. We landed at 182 feet a minute, which isn't bad, folks. We'll look at the full stats on it here shortly. Looks like Hawker was the one that bid on it and was the only one, so guess what? He won. What's in here? Just a bunch of trucks. Hey, I think that's going to count as our terminal, folks. Almost looks like an old World War II tower. All right, we'll pull in here. We'll pull right on in here. All right, let's shut this thing down, shall we? All right. First thing, check the APU over here. Okay, we do see ready for load, generator on. So that should, but did not, come off our gens here. Let's get that taxi light off while we're thinking about it. Gonna also get over here and get that bleed on. Okay. Now, the fun part. Let me kind of roll into position here so y'all can see. How do we shut these engines down? Now, if you're in the beginning, I showed you how we do it. But we're going to have to do it now for real. General aviation aircraft, many fighters have what's called pull your throttles back, detent, pull them all the way back to cutoff. They're your fuel levers. Like in your Airbus. Airbus is kind of a weird one to use for that. Boeing, you know how you lift that switch at the bottom or slide all the way up to idle for the fuel? Sort of like this, but the throttle does that. It's all in one. So here's your detent. Okay, I lied. Oh, I hate this one. I can't get into that right. Try it from this angle. I think this is how I did it before. There we go. Once you get those to lift, you just pull them back. Now you can see them rolling down. Pain in the rump, because you got to find that click spot. It is not sometimes the easiest thing in the world. Same time, we can start turning some lights off. And as we wait for them to spool down, APU's on, so we're good. See if Austin's still evaluating us. Oh, we're going to get a bad rating. All right, again, you can open it right here, folks, or you can set a switch. It says cautiously. All right, and back into the cockpit we go, folks. There you have it. Another flight completed here in the good old Citation 10. So give me a second here. I'm going to come off ATC because as soon as I put this thing into, let's check and see how we did on the landing. It's going to kick us off anyway. So I'll go ahead and close that. And, yep, throttles, bottles, batteries. There you go. Problem is, it's not as easy as you think, Hawker, when you get into GA. You got to get those detents. If you don't, you can pull the throttles back all you want. You're going to have to rely on pulling the bottles. Which, in this one, I believe They're right here. Anyway. Yep, the CR. A lot of aircraft do. Downwind sim. Yes, it does. It does. Hey, they put me behind it. You can guarantee trouble's coming. Happy New Year, downwind sim. Guaranteed things are going to happen fast and the ground comes up even faster. But anyway, let's take a look at the stats on this run, shall we? To do that, we'll bring up Sim Toolkit. And with Sim Toolkit, got to first finish the flight. Now from here, you just simply click the flight you want to check. View details. We can see this flight took 2 hours to fly. It was 747 miles, but here's where we're looking at. 1.25 Gs, 182 feet a minute. We were a little bit below our VREF speed, but we still eked out a pretty good landing. But if you click full report, that says it all, folks, and I'm not happy to see that. Almost not on the runway. So in my mind, I didn't do as well as the numbers say. So the threshold starts here. This is a non-precision runway. So we were 37 feet of the center, almost 40 feet of a, how wide is this one? 100 feet. So I mean, still technically we got 60 feet, but I don't like seeing myself that far over. So I got to work on that in the future. But again, it shows you numerically what you did. We're going to flip this around and show it visually what we did here in a minute. Something very easy to do here in X-Plane. A little more difficult than Microsoft. Microsoft, you have to have a program, start it before the approach, and do a couple of other things for it to show whatever you've done. So let's clear all of this up. But again, slow on the landing. That's why we got a good G here. Overall downwind, a really nice plane. I like it. I mean, it's a learning curve. That FMC is a lot different than any of the other defaults. So, and I can't even imagine what the A330s is going to be like when they put that one out, if it's not out already. So, all right, so let's clear this. And away with Sim Toolkit. All right, let's put her in reverse. Let's see if she'll let me do it this time. All right, and then we can go all the way back to the beginning, folks, or wherever we want in the flight to replay. Here looks good. Start this off right. Ooh, almost a tree chopper. Yeah, they're a little off on that. Overall, not too bad. I just don't like being that far off the center line. That's compliments of that gusty crosswind. Hawker, you better get on them to cut those trees down. Or I did it for him, one of the two. Look at that crap, and that's even still not enough. Yeah, pretty fun approach. Let's see how it looked from the passenger's point of view, since that's what this flight's all about. Well, those trees are getting awful close. Greece was left behind, but nice landing. All right, let's see if the tower gives us anything of any value. That's not too bad. Nice long landing. All right, folks, well, welcome to Arlington, Texas. Y'all know who's there usually on Sundays. Yep, we're in Arlington. So, folks, I hope you had a great time. We had a fun flight here in the Citation 10. We'll be doing it again, don't worry. So, but again, I hope y'all have a happy new year and you love the late reversers. Yes. Hope again, happy new year. Remember, leave the old behind, folks. It's not going to help you in the future. The future is what's ahead. Just look at that and let go of the old. And folks, don't forget my friends at HelloFresh. You go to HelloFresh.com. Use the promo code if you're a new subscriber, 21 meals for free, and they'll ship it to you for free. Y'all have a happy new year. Great deal, especially in the new year. Hope you all have a great evening. Keep yourself safe, and we'll see you next year. God bless you all. Y'all have a great day. Again, let me say it again. Happy New Year, especially those who's already happened. Bye now. And yes, I can recommend this, folks. Give it a try. Good learning plane, good fun times. Enjoy, especially in the new year.
You love me! You really love me!